Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another astoundingly exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. Yes, indeed, it is I, and not someone else. We'll be having ourselves a dandy little 1 versus 1 right here in the Minsk pocket. We shall be watching Cruzz fighting for Germany for the 5th Panzer Division versus Andyisrippin fighting for the 67th Soviet Rifle Division for the glory of Comrade Stalin. With conscripts on the way there, pretty far put towards the west from Andyisrippin. Doctrines are lightning war, Festung armor und mechanized assault versus Andyisrippin with Soviet shock army, shock rifle frontline tactics and guard motor coordination tactics. And plenty of conscripts on the way for the glory of the Rodina. Back to Cruzz, though. Two Grenadiers, MG42 so far, nothing astoundingly out of the ordinary. Cruzz also focusing in the west with his Pioniere, leading the way into the darkness of the Minsk pocket. MG42 arrives, and we might be seeing some early Molotovs up here. There's a bit of a drop there in fuel initially, then perhaps might be an ordinary. Nothing unusual, of course, of that from the Serb player. A lot of them tend to go for early Molotovs, so they have some frangibles of fiery doom to lob upon their opponents. Whoops.
We have liberated the objective. Territory secured.
So far, though, no engagements, all quiet on the eastern front, though that will likely not last very much longer. Second MG42 so far, Cruzz perhaps going for a bit more of a defensive posture initially. Pioneers engaging with the Communists. Pioneers quite an advantage since the Communists rush straight into the Pioneers, thus giving the Pioneers that close range advantage over the submachine guns. Set engagement up here. Grenadiers are immediately encountering a superior conscript force, and immediately Cruzz wisely decides to pull back, but at the same time at least one Grenadier squad over here soon to be set upon by the Soviet hordes. And meanwhile over here the Pioneers dispatch the combat engineers with haste, leaving them in the forest dead. And here we go, the Grenadiers surrounding once more. Will Cruzz quickly retreat? There we go. Good sense of unit preservation there, and good sense of not wanting to waste manpower or anything like that. Fuel point here guarded by the MG42. Clearly Cruzz is worried about a rush for that. MG42 rushing a bit far ahead. Of course, he might be feeling confident due to knowing where the troops are right next to the points. And there you go. Conscripts engage at max range, but at the same time there's a squad right here which will be able to easily flank the MG42. So a bit interesting to note the positioning there that Cruzz actually chose. He could, for example, set it up a bit more along this kind of axis, so could actually cover that spot as well. Grenadiers are moving in. Munitions are available for an MG42 to be handed into their hands. It looks like that is not a priority for Cruzz. In fact, we've seen 3 Grenadiers, so 3 Grenadiers, 2 MGs. One of the handy sort of initial builds as the Germans. Gives you plenty of firepower, offensive power, and can sort of, handle several things at the same time. It's nice and flexible in several regards.
The enemy is taking
So
our
overall,
territory.
not bad there. Conscripts quickly going after with the Molotov there, being pushed back. Conscripts is stopped by the MG42. So far, though, Andyisrippin is dominating the map. We are now seeing that Cruzz is pushing it pretty aggressively. Conscripts, they're going to sneak up on the MG42, and there's a nice weak opening there. Can Cruzz react in time or do something? And there we go, squad hit by a Molotov. Not looking like a good start. More Molotovs going off. This case, it looks like they might have slightly lit themselves on fire. Yuri, you throw like a girl.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Conscripts there have rushed away. Other squad moving up there. They have locked the Molotov, so for now Cruzz is safe. Relatively safe, that is. He's still set upon by Russian troops up close. We're right there, caught from the MG42. And more Molotovs. And I seem to have gotten something stuck in my throat, or slightly Irritating enough, folks. My apologies there.
Are seizing the sector.
Not sure what set that upon all of a sudden. Point swiftly and deftly secured. Light mechanized company on the way here for Cruzz. Moving up to secure the right hand side. Fuel point though falling to the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
MD's reinforcing as best as they can. Nothing going on here in Andyisrippin base, though we do see the medic upgrade is up, thus ensuring healing for his conscripts.
How can we help?
Scout car on the way, points being secured. Fuel point advantage will definitely go to Andy if Cruzz doesn't react. And we actually see a scout car, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 221, the 221. And conscripts there quickly getting wrecked by the dreaded MD42. Another MD42 looks like he might be going a bit there for a bit of an Overwatch leapfrog. Setting up so they can cover each other that way, advancing that way, bit tricky, if one might say so. Communists trying to sneak up, conscripts ramming into the MD42s. Pioneers moving up. Oh, caught between two MD42s. Just getting murdered right there. Scout Colts moving up there with its own MD42 on top. More like an MD34 actually. Yeah, MD34. Raking down as many Russians on the run as possible. I wonder if it is an MD34 they've got model on it, or an MD32. Can't quite tell, of course, it's moving, but there's the thought. Combat engineers rushed away.
Fucking Rus bastards attacking!
More grenadiers moving in. Still no MD42 upgrade here. Force the Grenadier. MD42 reinforcement. Grenadiers getting pushed back. Might have been an attack to get them, and what instead? No, not an upgrade for this either. Medic back upgrade, and we're seeing a Telemine up, not S-mine field up there. Nice spot, interesting spot certainly. Interesting move, certainly might make it a bit harder for the opponent to go up here on the flank. Not what I expected from Cruzz, but could prove valuable. And we're seeing a shock dogs out here for Andyisrippin. We are seeing the shock troopers out in the field with the PPC-841s, and they are the body armor. With large satchels filled with grenades of all sorts of kinds, except the ones that can blow up tanks. Conscripts rushing ahead there. And there we go, S-Man field reasonably covering things here. And looks like, yes indeed, Cruzz is going to bait Andyisrippin into it. Except none of them are actually in the way it would seem. That's a bit unfortunate. Yes, quickly Heinz, into the minefield, we'll be safe. Yeah, I don't think it was covering lights there. Chase. Shock troopers hitting with the Grenadier. Scout car holding up, though not really going to be that strong. Point blank here. Where's the shock troopers? Not unless it has the Kampfwagenkanone. Upgraded there. Conscripts head straight to the MG42. And there we go, S-Mine's going off, taking out numerous conscripts. Not so many left now. And Incendiar blizzing down, really tearing into those conscripts. Scout carrying a bit of fire as well. And looks like Grenadier squad was wiped out. Rather than fortunate that there for Cruzz. Panzer Grenadier advancing. More S-mines going off. Can the scout track get those blighters? And at the same time, Cruzz squad going to take the MG42 in the rear. Panzer's moving in. There we go. Forced away once they realised what was going on. So a bit of danger situations though still for Cruzz. Another squad of Panzer Grenadier on the way, and we are seeing here that Andyisrippin moving straight on for armour. Good move there. And certainly in the current state, Cruzz could be rather vulnerable, in fact, to a push there with armour. In particular, since Andyisrippin could quickly get a T-34 if he so wanted. Minesweepers up for Cruzz, taking no chance there with Andy, and the possibility of these laid down mines. Good. Good. Though so far the only one who really seems to lay down mines is, of course, Cruzz with his F-mines, die Sprengminen. One of many types of mines the German utilised throughout the war. They certainly had many. They had mines made out of wood. Also, which rather were difficult for minesweepers to deal with. Would be fun to have that in the game. Oh, never mind. We have the demo charge, but he's not paying attention. Oh.
Enemy infantry have made contact!
Territory secured.
That's definitely a bit more than your usual mine. Mildly put. MD42 coming there, but mostly pointing at the woods. I'm not entirely sure what Cruzz is expecting to come from the trees.
We are losing the sector.
He might want to retreat there. Definitely a poor position right there for Cruzz's MG42. Definitely poor. Can't really excuse that one.
Did you need something?
Might be able to clear out the MG42 with the scout car, but he still can't recover it, which I think is rather what should be the main priority. There we go, the veteran 2 increasing accuracy and line of sight. That's definitely helpful. And time to pop over here to Andyisrippin. 4 conscript squads, 1 shock 2 squad, 9 MG42, T70 light tank on the way. Interesting, he opts first for the T70, Coda going active for the T-3476 right away, but you'll see. Doesn't have to be a bad decision though. Conscript versus Grenadiers up here, and there we go. Nice Molotov up there from Boris.
Losing territory.
Lighting most of the Grenadiers on fire.
We are ready for anything.
We are seeing a few Raketen and Panzer boots up here for Cruzz's Panzergrenadiere. There goes the T-70 light tank out. Serbian constant tank though, which really by 1944-45 was being phased out in favour of the T-34-76, which was by then actually being primarily used as the reconnaissance tank for the Soviets. Otherwise they were using scout cars. And well, also fulfilling the other purposes of a light tank, generally. Little fun fact there.
Enemy forces are capturing
Well, of course,
our
this does
supplies.
mean it would never have been used, but you know, certainly would not have seen so much usage by then.
What do you want,
Shock was advancing, and that's going to push back the scout car. It might have a mild chance with an auto cannon against the T-70, but so far, no sign of the auto cannon on the scout car.
We are taking infantry fire. What do you want?
And Shock was there, nice grenade against Grenadiers up close. Pushed away though. More S-mines went off. Apparently, it would seem around here. Someone certainly blew up.
orders? Objective
Secured.
Not where I could see it, anyways.
To the death.
No structures here from Cruzz in response. We do see a Panzer up there, Canona out. We are now seeing the T-34 following up here for Andy. T-70 biding its time around here.
We are losing
Panzer's
supplies
moving ahead.
to the enemy.
Definitely pulling the T-70 back. And we're seeing a bit of incendiary down there. Clever, clever. Also gives away, of course, Andy was going for short rifle here. Panzer is going to immediately catch on fire. That's definitely unfortunate. And meanwhile, a push here for Cruzz's fuel pump once more, but the Panzer quickly see it off. Scout car pushing it, and we do see the Kampfwagen Kanone up on it. That should definitely help firepower a bit. Panzer grenades almost get there. The T-70 light tank, T-34 moving ahead. Some stuff explode.
Supply sector.
And good night for the scout car. MG40 opening up there on the Panzergrenadiere. Nice job there. Conscripts running ahead. T-34. Pack 40 moving in to support the positions here in the centre with different command of pressure now. Conscripts now know where the Pack 40 is, so does Andy. So a moment of surprise where he might have been able to lure it in. It's lost.
Artillery barrage ready to fire.
Definitely unfortunate there. Now the Pack 40 is getting rushed there. He's going to try and get it. And that could definitely be a bad situation right there. And there we go. Pack 40 crew on fire. But looks like they all made it out alive.
Awaiting command. Enemy contact.
MG42 blasting away there. Continues to be a menace
You have
to the
orders.
troops of Germany. Pack 40 firing away. Another MG42 setting up. Still no sign of real mines there from Andyisrippin. Another shock trooper squad. Interestingly enough yet here, he could have opted for another T-34, thus further enforcing his armoured presence. but instead went for a shock trooper squad.
Awaiting command.
Definitely interesting right there. Quick rifle grenade there, blowing up the main gunner on the MD-42. T-70 moves in support. At the same time, MD-42 covering up the flank here against the conscripts. And a minor force moving up the west flank as well, but the main force still continues to be in the centre. Panzergrenadiers moving in, trying to flank the MD-42. Looks like they might succeed. And there we go, the pack gunner actually got the last bastard on the machine gun.
Shock troops awaiting deployment.
We have secured the area.
And what is this? A Panzerbefehlswagen arriving for the 5th Panzer Division. That should fortify the front line a bit in the relevant sectors and certainly be able to punish the infantry quite nicely.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our
Panzer
territory.
IV Befehlstank needs to move in there. And, ooh, clears out the pack crew there. But the shock troops are bundling up. Ooh, that could easily be a good target there for the Panzer IV command tank. There we go. Heavy losses inflicted on the shock trooper.
We have an isolated
But now the T-34 is moving in, of course. Since it is a defensive of its own sector, it does take less damage. Send the artillery to actually deny the Germans their pack forward here. At least buy himself some time. Good move. Now again, if he had two T-34s, he could easily rushed in there, but for some reason he's now being a bit hesitant due to a lack of, armour. To really sort of lead with the momentum. T-70 dealing with harassers on the far west. And did he just wreck an MD-42 left behind? That seems a bit odd.
Do you need something?
I kind of felt like it was good. And there you go, the Befehlspanzer actually going in after the T-34 head on. That's a bit bold right there from Cruzz. They might be able to get that MD-42 back to Germany. And there we go, MD crew taught. MD-42 running up the flank here. Panzergrenadiers versus shock troopers up the far right. Far right. Grenades getting locked here. Fails to really do anything. Might be able to get the Befehlspanzer over here, but looks like he's still intending keeping up there. Veteran 2 for the Panzergrenadiers might give them a better chance against the shock troopers. And looks like it is paying off. Giving them just enough extra survivability and firepower to really dominate the shock troopers quickly there. We were already a bit low on health. MD-42, by the way, needs to point in the right direction.
Fresh units on the field.
This now belongs to the people and workers of... Okay, that's the last one.
Looks like the command tank is ready to move to reinforce the right side now.
Engineers have secured the sector.
There we go. T-34 versus Panzer IV command tank once more. Hardly the most efficient choice here, but still for Cruzz, probably still allows him to hold off the T-34, giving him time to get the other troops out of there. If necessary, bring something up, but it means he really can't hold out for much longer. And looks like he might be trying to get the T-34 there, but then decides otherwise. Run straight through the fire. While another T-34 is down with conscripts moving as well. Might want to get those Panzergrenadiers out of there. There we go. T-70 parked nice and dandy in the far west. With the Befehlspanzer pulling back for some much needed repairs. And this MD-42 just really needs to get out. No point in Cruzz investing a veteran into MD-42 like that. Much too slow there. Definitely a bit silly from Cruzz. Definitely a bit silly.
Infantry shooting at us!
Demo charge there, still intact. Though of course if Andy retreats now, or Cruzz retreats now, he might run past. No, avoids it, otherwise it could have detonated and wiped them out on the retreat there. Could definitely have been a painful experience. No sign of further anti-tank or say any armor for Cruzz at the moment.
We have... The fascists are attacking! Do not let them
Panzer IV command tank going after the engineers. Oh, he set off the demo charge by accident. One command engineer moved a bit too close. Panzer IV fired, missed and set off the demo charge instead.
AT grenades now available to all conscripts.
That was definitely interesting. So the army on the right hand side could do with some mild repairs to help get a bit stronger for the main fight. In the meanwhile, Cruzz made the push up the centre at the same time. straight into some conscripts and shock troopers, and he's driven sort of going west, and not really doing much to mine either.
Watch out! Grenade! They are shooting at us!
Quick grenade on the MD42.
We serve!
Doesn't do enough. Meanwhile, Panzer gonna wipe out the conscript squad. And a smoke grenade, allowing him to move in close on the MD42. Nice, nice. Panzer 4 command tank could move up there and support. Blow the shock troopers to tiny chunks. And there we go, we see the front line collapsing. Fierce Panzer moving up. Pack 40 at the same time, now is exposed to the Pack 4. Panzer 4 needs to move up, support it. Oh, never mind. Pack 40 is going to go down anyways. Shock troopers though might take some further heavy losses if they're not careful. At the same time, as the pack was cleared out, the T-34's advance. The Fierce Panzer pulling back and wiping out that Panzer Abwehrkanone. Looks like another unit here wiped out on the right hand side, and he might be getting ground overall, but he might end up losing more infantry than is worth it. But support armor corps is finally up. Time for the mid-game analysis, by the way. And current situation is Andyisrippin, though, is not trailing ahead as much in terms of damage and kill as one would think. So again, he's perhaps seeing a few too many losses while progressing ahead. The Befehlspanzer certainly proving its worth a bit. Also, by the way, limiting the amount of damage that Andyisrippin can do in whatever sector it's fighting in. So that's also quite handy. But Andyisrippin right now, though, does control most of the map. He's also got the option for an IS-2. Likely he will be going for that next. That would definitely not be a bad idea. But right now, he should perhaps consider setting up some sort of defense, setting up 74 to sort of cover main avenues. Mines here and there would definitely prove to be quite valuable. In that regard, you know, so he can, for example, limit his opponent's maneuverability and sort of further increase attrition as the opponent tries to grab back the map. Another thing to consider is actually getting some units after the IS-2 from the support weapon company. A few field guns, a mortar in the right spot can also do a lot to make it much harder for your opponent to actually make his way back across the map. Or for that matter, a few more Maxims. I mean, there are definitely options here for Andyisrippin to consider. But overall, again, you know, besides an IS-2, he should consider a defense of a slightly more coherent measure. I would suggest. In that regard, your mines help a lot. Popping over to Cruzz with his Festung armor and his Befehlspanzer. He's got plenty of infantry, though in some regards it's not as strong as it could be. We're seeing a Panzer 4 on the way. That should, in combination with the command tank, certainly be able to sort of do something against Andyisrippin's T-34. Although this one is actually getting close to Veteran 2. Which could definitely prove to be a problem if it hits that, since it acts against a small damage bonus besides rate of fire increases. So there are some things there to be considered as well. To say it mildly. But right now, Cruzz should probably focus on sort of destroying the armor, securing up the center once more, setting up a strong point there, and also sort of deciding which one of the two sides he sort of properly wants to hold, because a bit of his problems currently has been rather spreading out a bit too thin, sort of allowing Andy to much easier penetrate his front line. And he'd sort of decide, you know, I want to just hold this and this initially, or I want to hold this and this initially, and then sort of, you know, slowly making his way towards the rest of the map, perhaps sending a single harass out to him there, but still a bit more focus would be nice. And having the MD42s, you know, covering each other. But still, with the Panzer 4 command tank and a Panzer 4 on the soon on the way, he should be actually able to inflict a lot of damage. In particular, with the Panzer 4 against enemy infantry is going to hurt a lot. It is quite effective with its high rate of fire and its quite nice splash damage it actually does overall. It can really put the hurt down on enemy infantry, as you might have noticed. It's extremely effective. Extremely effective for its price, and of course, even then, of course, also provides, you know, the boost there sort of makes it harder for the opponent to hurt your own troops on your own territory. So it has many advantages. I mean, he might want to use some Panzer Tactician here and there. I mean, it's quite a handy ability. And I suppose if things get too bad, you know, he could also hold down a Panzer 4, which is certainly then, in combination with the command tank, be able to actually absorb a lot of damage while dealing it out. And for that matter, of course, he's also got the the Pack 43, which could easily prove itself to be quite the foil to, you know, Andy's IS-2, or the Nemesis, I suppose. That schwerer Panzerabwehrkanone. So, let us head back to the fight. As Cruzz fights his way back here, encountering the T-70 and the MD42. The T-70 is definitely gaining some kills here, closing in on Veteran 2. The overall Cruzz really needs to get back in the field. I imagine he's waiting for that Panzerkampfwagen to sort of make that comeback.
Panzer 4 is ready for battle.
And there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4. Falling out for Deutschland.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panzer hanging about there. Looks like he's not paying attention to those.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Might want to pull back those pioneers for reinforcements and help to, of course, bear up the repairs. And there we go. Pintle mounted machine gun up down the Panzer 4. Conscripts might soon be in a bit of trouble. There we go. Actually going in for a crush. I think that was a bit too well there by Cruzz. And in fact did risk an anti-tank grenade, which caused an immediate repair before he can move it out again. So I think right there Cruzz might have pushed it a bit much. Gaining back the fuel point though is good. That's going to help a lot.
Ready for orders.
And he spread out. Oh, he's actually did not go for an IS-2, but instead went for the KV-8. Interesting. Bit of an odd choice in some regards. He must know his opponent's getting armor now, so KV-8's not going to be necessarily that helpful at all. Good choice. And certainly reminiscent of something.
200 points.
Third Panzer then moving ahead here. And immediately doing a nice bit of damage to the combat engineers. T-34 holding up the centre. KV-8 not really operating near the front line. He might want to do that. Panzer 4 moving ahead. The third Panzer continuing up there as well.
Enemy Panzer has spotted us.
We might actually see the third Panzer flanking in here. Another demo charge. Oh! It actually made the Panzer 4 jump a bit. Fascinating. Still, a bit of a bad situation. He might want to pop Panzer Tactician, get out of there, at least blitz. Panzer is flying away there. T-34 also needs to go in back. Oh, is he going to try and get it with his Panzer 4 command tank? And he did it! This Panzer did it with the Stuffy gun. Impressive shot there, Hauptmann. Impressive shot. Also very close to Veteran 2 now. Panzer is pushing Veteran 3. KV-8 moving up. And there we go, Panzer 4 moving in, opening up there on the side of the KV-8.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Nice, another hit there penetrating. And he might get a wipe there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, that's going to hurt Cruzz. Oh, need to turn that off. MG-42 following up. Quick anti-tank grenade there, damaging the engine. Sturmgeschütz out now for Cruzz. KV-8 pulling back as the Stuka moves ahead. And the Panzer 4 command tank is in dire need of repairs. Andyisrippin finally getting a field gun. Something to support. Stuka needs to be careful, he's moving ahead too much like a tank. A bit too blind, in particular he's not gotten a pencil mounted machine gun for it. Anti-tank grenade, no fail to damage the engine, that's something. He's even moving ahead the Panzer 4 command tank. Cruzz might be getting a bit too overconfident here. Smoke again. Nebel. All of these though will need some rather serious repairs rather soon, so hopefully Cruzz can get to work on that. Of course, the faster they're still out there, of course, the less, more chance Andyisrippin has a chance of getting back in the fight. And doing some serious damage. Though Andy himself needs to get that KV-8 pretty damn quickly repaired. It's not looking too good either there.
Assault gun standing by.
Opting with the Duke first, and has less health, so that will go faster.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Shock Trooper coming ahead. Panzer 4 rolling back there with a damaged engine.
Yeah? Ready for orders. Shooting at us! Standing by!
Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers advancing their MD-42. Finally actually got an MD-42 upgrade for those Grenadiers, by the way. Certainly took a damn time first.
Standing by!
Field gun providing a bit of coverage there.
Done.
KV machine repairs. Andy a bit time off there from an IS-2.
Yeah.
And Stu pretty much prepared now to clear its Panzer. Nice little barrels there from the field gun. And the Surge were definitely quite fond of having their weapons function in more than one way, you know, just not just anti-tank guns, but also artillery. And so that was part of the Soviet artillery formation, but then of course focused very much on just lots of artillery, just blasting it away.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Nice hit there from the Panzer 4. Very impressive shot. T-70 ready, but in a bit of need of repairs. He could have conducted some self-repairs, but I don't think he's got the munitions for it right now. For the T-70, its own ability for it is actually quite expensive.
We are losing the sector.
There we go. Befehlspanzer bereit. And then Armes des Dritte Reich.
Captured it.
Conscripts lancing up there, and pressing very hard there on the flanks. That is good, going for the victory points, going for a drain there. Good, in particular since he's in the lead there. And looks like Cruzz might be trying to sort of hook around and cut off the retreat path here,
The enemy is attempting
instead of going directly for the shock troopers. Very much looking like it, very much. But looks like Andyisrippin is actually already hearing it and predicting it, and thus actually moving out of position, so the Panzer 4 can't find anything. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure there were supposed to be some Russians here, so those bastards ran off. Let's say hurt my Panzer, that's just not fair. Panzer 4 versus KV-8 up here. Well, that's definitely only to the advantage of the Panzer 4 here. But there we go, coming in far for the field gun, and blitzkrieg, you know, nice blitzkrieg, circling back here, up behind the field gun, up behind the KV-8. There we go, KV-8 is down. Eventually 2, field gun by the way, T-70 also taking a nice hit there, needs to get it away. Sturm went down though, oh, tragic loss there for Germany. And where's that damn command tank when it's needed? Meanwhile though here, Panzer 4 reaches Veterancy 2. That is definitely bad news right there for Andyisrippin. Austrian flak panzers also arrived there to provide some anti-aircraft support. Rather bold maneuvers there from the Panzer 4 up close.
He is attempting to steal our sector.
Red Army unit attacking!
Command tank could easily be advancing much more than is now.
No longer threat.
Rather a bit unfortunate, so he could easily then get it to Veterancy 2, which would definitely help him.
Taking losses!
Pioneers getting Molotoved. Definitely a bit chaotic here. He might have breached from the front line, but everything else is currently falling apart here for him. And the Andyisrippin is able to colonize too right now. If he's there once. And there we go, the Joseph Stalin 2 has arrived. And there we go at the same time, Veterancy 2 for the Befehlspanzer as well. But this Panzer 4 needs to get away. Pop smoke. No, blitzkrieg instead. Which is actually cheaper, so makes sense I suppose. Shock troopers wiped out to a man. Anti-tank grenade, but by this stage he should be able to get away safely. These two, though, need to be careful. The IS-2 is still there, hanging about in the background. With this 122mm gun. Jack's doing a nice chunk of damage there to the Panzer IV.
Panzer IV, ready. Panzer IV standing by.
Looks like he might be trying to bait a bit here with the Flak Panzer. But overall, his front line is collapsing under the might of the Joseph Stalin. Which, though, does have a slow rate of fire, which is due to the fact that the shells were so big they actually had to be in two parts, basically the shell itself and the bit that sent it flying there, the charge. Which overall meant that it rather took some time to actually fire it, even with an experienced crew.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Panzer gun is almost wiped out, quickly forced away, shock troops supporting. Pioneers need to get the devil out of there as well. Not sure what he's doing there with the Panzer IV, just get it out of there. Cruzz, oh, he just lost his Panzer IV. But at the same time, you see a Pak 43 going up here. Bit at the edge of things. A clever little maneuver.
Our territory. Husband loaded and ready.
At the same time, the Panzer IV conducts its own maneuvers on the right-hand side while the IS-2 is occupied elsewhere. Also, a railroad cannon is ready. The Schwerer Gustav. Panzerabwehrkanone. 43 almost ready. Almost. And there we go.
Our territory.
Will he be turning the gun to face the IS-2? Out we go. Slowly.
T-42 is taking losses!
We are losing the sector.
Close to getting it, close to getting it.
Hands are firing on us!
Oh, there we go. Destroyed engine. One hell of a hit there. From the Schwerer Panzerabwehrkanone. And good night. No survivors. Definitely a bit of a bold maneuver right there from Cruzz. He's been spotted and destroyed, but no, it actually worked out. And now we got the shock trooper here, getting mowed down by the Flak Panzer. Now the Panzer IV command tank doesn't seem to be entirely sure what it's supposed to do, like for example defend this victory point, but no. Intent on turning down these, he could try and blitz after them actually, but it doesn't seem to be within the interests of Cruzz at the moment. Field gun recruit, MG42 covering the entire thing. And straight into the field gun. And never mind, the field gun did not survive a hit from the Schwerer Gustav. Actually, it's time to hold Andyisrippin. My pardons. My sincere pardons. I got caught up in the action. Happens. Oh, and the engineers, only one man survived. I'm pretty sure his eardrums did not. T-70 there, Commander. Intense interest from the Flak Panzer.
Enemy armor! Engineers under fire!
Another field gun on the way for Andy, but the question is, can he actually survive any of this? Does he have the forces to resist the will of the Wehrmacht anymore?
Taking machine gun fire!
As we see the Flak Panzer and the Panzerkampfwagen Panzer moving up. And MG42 covering the entrance here. T-70 getting blasted, close to Veteran 3 though, which is alright I suppose. But ultimately won't do much good against the Veteran. There we go, Veteran 3. Close to getting it right there, lots of infantry clubbed up right next to the command tank. Very close there. Infantry getting blasted up close there. rather easy set of targets. Field gun arrive, but there we go. Dual blitz maneuver gets behind it. And that's pretty much it.
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
And game over, a loss to the Soviet Union, a victory for Germany, a rather brutal battle in many regards. But in the end though, Cruzz did win through better choices, through good use of his Befehlspanzer, which certainly tore out a chunk of the Soviet army. The Pak 43 definitely proving all to be quite vital. One mistake that was definitely sending in that damaged Panzer IV versus the IS-2. Definitely should have tried just quickly getting that salvaged as quickly as possible. Overall, in terms of doctrinal usage, overall they were sort of equal. I think Andy made better use, though overall he made more use of it anyways. Whereas Cruzz, you know, generally didn't use a lot of the abilities. I mean, actually, I think he might actually make use of almost all of them, except, you know, Panzer Tactician and Hull Down. A bit of a shame there, but otherwise, you know, he made use of the Pak 43, command tank and railway artillery support a bit. Overall, nicely done then, keeping his forces alive. Largely the same for Andy, although Andy did lose more and more as the game progressed. Again, the German command tank really, you know, doing its best to ruin Andy's day. Same with the flak Panzer. Andy definitely could have done with a lot more mines to sort of make things harder for Cruzz to get back in the field. And that first KV-8 really made no sense. I have no idea why I didn't go for the IS-2. That could easily have, you know, forced the game to an end right there on Cruzz right away, but he not instead went for the KV-8, and that was definitely Cruzz's challenge to sort of really get back in the game. So there definitely some more choice there. He actually did make alright there with the T-70, so that's nice, but overall, hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned the things you were three from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends. If you didn't want to see me film, provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.